Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to episode 2 of my cartoon reviews. If you missed episode 1, we began a 6-episode exploration of Superman's animated incarnations. We started with the timeless Fleischer Superman shorts from the 1940s. I highly recommend scrolling down to check that episode out. One of the highlights was my interview with animator Rob Pratt. He's an accomplished artist and animator and now director who gained a solid following with his 2D animation short, Superman Classic, on YouTube. In this episode, we're going to speed forward a couple of decades to talk about the New Adventures of Superman. This series was produced by Filmation Studios and aired from 1966 to 1970. The first season featured 2 stories per episode, divided by an Adventures of Superboy short. In the second season, the show was renamed the Superman-Aquaman Hour of Adventure. It added shorts featuring Aquaman, Aqualad, Flash, Kid Flash, Green Lantern, Hawkman, the Atom, the Justice League, and the Teen Titans. For many of these characters, the show marked their first on-screen appearance. Season 3 saw the series change again though, this time titled the Batman-Superman Hour, adding shorts with Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. Then finally the 4th and final season saw the cartoon return to its original title and format. Why abandon a good thing? Many modern fans aren't aware of this series, but it's quite a milestone in Superman history. For starters, it helped introduce a new generation of TV audiences to the Man of Tomorrow. The live-action Adventures of Superman with George Reeves had wrapped up filming in the 50s. In 1965, reruns began airing in syndication and in color. Ratings soared as parents and older siblings could introduce little brothers and sisters to the show and hero they had loved only a decade before. But the New Adventures of Superman gave those younger children an iteration of the character that was all their own. This cartoon, in the style of animation common to the day, if a bit low budget, featured a more familiar Superman. The character design was straight out of Curt Swan art from the Silver Age comics kids could buy off their local spinner racks. This was also the first on-screen Superman series to feature the hero's comic book villains. Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Toyman, the Prankster, and Titano all went up against the last son of Krypton. Even Mr. Mxyzptlk, as it was pronounced on the show, made a classic appearance. For all of its novelty though, the show was also in touch with the character's roots. It featured the original cast from the old radio show that predated even the Fleischer series. Bud Collyer returned as both Superman and Clark Kent, bringing back his deep baritone for Superman with the catchphrase, "Up, up, and away." He also brought back the higher register he used for a weaker-sounding Clark Kent, a differentiation not as pronounced in the George Reeves portrayal. Joan Alexander returned as well, voicing Lois Lane, along with Jackson Beck as both the narrator and Perry White, and Jack Grimes as Jimmy Olsen. Aside from Superman's legacy, the series also saved Filmation Studios, which was struggling to break into the TV market at the time. If DC editor Mort Weisinger hadn't approached Filmation in the 1960s, they could have fallen under long before many of their most iconic shows illuminated the screen. In more ways than one, there'd be no He-Man without Superman. Filmation's trademarks of reused footage and limited character movement can be seen in this, their first series, but so can their trademark charm, with the clear-cut and glorious hero treatment pioneered by our one and only Man of Steel. But alas, the series wouldn't last into the 70s. In 1968, the grassroots activist group Action for Children's Television set their sights on the New Adventures of Superman for its portrayal of comic book violence. Taking its cue from the live-action Batman show, the New Adventures of Superman didn't shy away from showing our hero punch those villains who could take it. Ultimately, the pleas for censorship prevailed, and after 4 seasons, Filmation Studios ended their landmark run with the Caped Wonder. They'd move on to find success with other properties, while Superman and the DC Universe eventually found their way to Hanna-Barbera for the iconic cartoon Super Friends. But that is a story for another episode. The next episode, actually. So until next week, don't forget to like and subscribe, and to keep enjoying and digging deeper into the superhero stories you love. Thanks for watching.